It's Monday the 12th of August and apparently it's meant to be a really hot one today, going to be about 32 degrees, so not particularly looking forward to the heat, but it is what it is. I've got the windows open, the doors open, let a bit of fresh air in while we can, and we'll get cracking. So let's have a look at Bricklink first and see what we got. We got 11 orders here on Bricklink. I did send a few out on Saturday, but not an enormous amount, and it's still, not super busy, but we're still in August, still in those summer months, and we've still got kids off school and things, so a lot of people on holiday. 117 lots for 1,775 items on Bricklink. On Brick Owl, we've got 4 orders, so Brick Owl remains considerably lower than Bricklink, with 109 lots for 701 items on Brick Owl, and then on eBay we've got 5 paid for items that we need to get out as well. Now, as is always the case, or often the case at least, we've got a bunch of these orders already picked for the first batch, so we'll just go through these quickly and then I can get them packed and out of the way before I pick the next few orders. On eBay, we've got a couple of Indiana Jones figures going out. Then we've got 3 more figures. Still need to grab one actually for this. We need to grab Emperor Palpatine to put with that. And then on to Bricklink, we've got a few minifig type parts, torso and a pearl gold helmet there, and a dark orange cat. Then we've got the first international order. I think we've got several going out today. Can't recall where this one is going to, but we've got a few hoses and some other bricks and things in there. And then we've got some 1x1 plates going out in reasonable quantity. We've got purple, red and orange, about 300 of each of those. Then we've got a Technic order for lots of cogs and things, and then we've got this part here, all 8 of those have gone. Then we've got someone who's just bought a whole bunch of dishes in trans clear and light bluish grey. A small order there for a few bits and pieces. And then another one that is largely Technic slash Bionicle, probably mostly Bionicle actually, which is a nice order to see some of those unusual things going out the door. Then an order here for mostly light and dark bluish grey, and then a couple more parts orders here, nothing too much to mention. And then we've got this little hose going out there. Now, someone had asked me to send this by letter rather than large letter, but you know, my unfortunately my post account, sorry, no, the post account's fine on that, but I just don't have the envelopes, the packaging. I just keep it all at large letter, and that's it for the first batch. So I'm going to get that lot packed away, and then we'll crack on with the next batch. Not too many more to pick, probably 3 or 4, and we need to get cracking with them, but we'll get this lot packed away first. Well, I'm running short on time on the second batch, so I'm not sure I'm going to get it completely done. So I'm going to break off here and show you what I've got so far. This is an order that I'm picking, which is 55 lots, but the buyers specifically asked for me to bag as much as possible separately, which is obviously going to be more time consuming and a little bit of a pain, a little bit unusual. So that one is going to be a little delayed, I think. Now this one is an interesting one, and I think it's a watcher of the channel. It's going off to Germany, and it's about 23 different leaflet types, the majority of them new. I think there are 2 used in there. So that one's heading off to Germany. We've got some wheel hubs going out there, and then we've got a Poppy minifig going out, but I'm short of a Cedric Diggory, so need to figure that out. This is the one I'm picking, obviously, and then that'll be it. But in the meantime, I'm going to get what I can get packed, ready to go with the rest of the post, and then I'll probably hit the gym and figure these out when I get back. So I'm back from the gym, and I've finished up the orders that have come in. That's except for one here that I'm still waiting a response on because I'm missing a minifigure. But all parts orders, basically, at least the other ones. So nothing too much to mention. This one, I think, was about 30-40 lots. This one was 55 lots. This is the one that I talked about that I had on the trolley, where the buyer wanted as much stuff bagged separately as possible, and they did say that they'll be reusing the bags. So I'm happy to do that. It's a little bit more time consuming, but I'm more than happy to try and facilitate what the buyer wants. And then this little order's just come in for an Enderman, a couple of parts in dark purple, and I don't know if there's some builds going around, but the dark purple's been pretty popular. And oddly, we sold a couple more leaflets with this order. Not that they're big money at all. The leaflets are about 20 something p each and 14p respectively. So that's it for today's orders. Anything else that comes in now will probably go out tomorrow, and I'll try and see what I can get added to the store. So I'm just starting to add some things to the store and sort through some of the used things. And earlier I had to go into my plate bin, or sorry, the tile bin rather, and saw this on top of the tile bin, and I thought, I think I know what that is. And that is the tile from the DeLorean from the Back to the Future. And looking at prices for that, that's worth about £8-ish, something like that. We actually haven't had a used one sell though in the last 6 months, so that's not great. But nevertheless, in theory, it's a good value, and yeah, let's hope it does sell and doesn't take too long. So probably worth pricing it a little more competitively, because you got some in here right up to £12, etc. And the fact that they haven't moved in a while is telling me something. So probably need to reduce the price on this a little bit, less than the £8 mark. Well, here I am doing one of the more tedious jobs. I had a pot full of these flowers that needed to be sorted, so I'm in the process of sorting them into colours, and then we will look to get them listed. These are the 4-petal flowers, and I am finding a few others mixed in, so I'm just pulling them out and putting them into their own pot to be sorted into colours later. One of the jobs that you just tend to put off a little bit, this kind of thing. I find just because it's a bit tedious sorting all of the small parts, but needs to be done, and we'll add a few hundred, if not thousands, of parts to the store. It's Tuesday the 13th of August, and I'm just continuing to add used items to another Brickstore file. Uploaded a file yesterday that I'd been working on, was a few thousand parts, partly because of all of the flowers and things that I'd put in. Was only about 70-80 pounds worth of items, and I've just started creating a new file now. Order wise, I didn't even bother videoing today because there was just one order that went out, and it was such a tiny order that I didn't even think it was worthwhile. Now, on Brickseller Hub news, there have been a few more listings since we discussed last week. So there's a new one in the UK for over £20,000 worth of Legos. Quite a large store, over 635,000 items, 11,400 lots. And if we have a look at that, lots of storage in here as well. We'll see how this goes. Some unique ways of storing items, definitely maximizing any wall space, etc., with various shelving and hangers and all kinds of stuff. Looks like, looking at the apex here, looks like it's some kind of loft space possibly that it's been housed in, but quite a large store. Then we've got some quite small ones. So in the US, we've got some small sort of sets and things, which is an interesting one because this is sort of showing the concept, I guess, of just listing sets and odd bits of Lego that you might want to sell rather than an entire store. Good to see that. And then in the UK, we've got a listing for about 150 to 170 kilos of bulk Lego. If I'm honest, the pictures aren't the best for that particular listing, but they are what they are, and we'll see, you know, how well that does for the seller, because obviously when you're creating a listing, to me, a little bit like this one, you want to be giving good information. We've got a great breakdown of the number of drawers in here, how it's kind of packed, what comes with it in terms of accessories, label, printer, scale, sorting cups, etc., and lots of good pictures here of the types of storage that it's all been housed in. So quite a lot of these Von House type drawers, which I've had myself through the acquisition of a store before. You might remember I sold a lot of these orange units, and that's what those were, and they're not bad. They just didn't fit with my storage solution at the time. So that's, you know, I think it really pays to make a good listing, and it's all about, you know, being attractive to potential buyers. And if you're not gonna put the time and effort into a nice listing with good quality pictures, etc., then it's going to be hit and miss whether you're going to actually get much attention at all. But we'll monitor these listings and we'll see how we get on with them. It's Wednesday morning, and orders are a little bit better this morning. We've got 3, 6, 8 orders going out. This was the one that I was waiting on. I was missing a Harry Potter minifig, and we've agreed that I'll just refund that and send the rest. This was a little order here for a new user to Bricklink. This one is going off to Singapore and has to go small parcel because of this mask. And then we've got a few cone trees, pine trees going out. We've got some white bricks and a few other bits. 400 1x2 dark pink plates, and then a couple of orders here. These are around 35 lots or so each, and not a lot really to say about those two, but we'll get these packed up, get them off to the post office, do the usual Wednesday gym run, and then get back and continue adding parts and tidying up and sorting out a little bit. It's Thursday morning, and as you can see, I've been having a little bit of a clear up, which is much needed. This place was absolutely disgusting, needed a good dust, and also had a bit of a tidy up on the desk, although it doesn't look it, and you have to excuse the hi-fi gear because I had to move that last night in a bit of a rush to make some floor space so that me and a couple of my sons were able to come round, and we watched the Borough beat Leeds last night, and a great game, and we performed really well and beat Leeds 3-0, which was great, and we progress on to the next round of the Cup. But anyway, back to Lego, and I had a comment last week on the video about what categories do I use for sorting my used bulk, and I just thought I'd touch on that a little bit. I wouldn't say that I'm the best organized with this, but we do try. So let's start on the left here. Over here we've got tiles. So tiles for me are anything that's flat. So we've got tiles with a stud on there, we've got flat tiles, we've got the grills, we've got also things like this, which I consider like a tile with the clips on. So anything flat, essentially. Next up, we've got a bin for Technic parts. So anything Technic related would go in there. Then we've got a bin for anything sloped, so whether they are straight sloped, curve slopes, anything that is sloped goes in there. So that's quite a large category for me, and we do end up with lots and lots of slopes. Then we get on to bricks. We've got 2x bricks, and then 1x bricks, and I also include in my 1x's things like these log bricks. What else have we got? We've got the ones with the grill on. So anything that is one brick, one stud wide, that is. Then onto plates, and the same again, 1x plates. Moving over to the other side, we've got 2x plates, and I include the Technic plates in these, so even if they've got a hole in or like this, anything that is a 2x plate would go in there. Then we've got a bin for anything that's minifig and accessory related. Another tub here for kind of modified bricks. So we get things like bricks with a clip on the side, bricks with axles on or pins on. Then we get anything that is tyre and wheel related. I have a bit of an odd one here that probably should change, but this is kind of containers and stuff like that, barrels and that kind of thing. And then we got windows, windscreens, all get dumped into the same tub there. I pull out large parts and keep them separate so that they often take up a lot of space. And then, although I don't have tubs for them, I do keep sort of other categories. So for instance here we've got wheel arches, for instance. I keep anything that is round together, unless it's obviously sort of Technic or something like that, then it might go somewhere else. You'll notice that I've got some sort of cartwheels in here that don't go with the tires and the other wheels. I consider them to be round. So there are a few anomalies. We've got a category here that's all things with an axle. We've got printed parts in here. We've got pins that have been sorted previously from the Technic stuff, and several other categories along those lines. Of course, we've got plates. So I have a drawer down here that I will just drop any sort of odd plate into, and I've got a few bags over there in the other tubs as well. And while I'm sorting, I'll sort of collect odd things into pots. So I'll take things like any kind of snot bricks and any plates with clips on and that kind of thing. But then I'll sort them down into these tubs that I have along here, and you can see everything has a brick on the front of it to show what's in there. So if we look at these, and we've got in this case a plate with the two clips on. And what will happen with these is as they fill up, then I'll empty them out and we'll list them. So there's a bunch of stuff in here, all needs to be listed. This is not ready to be done or to moved into a bigger container before I sort them. So we just fill up these categories, and then when we're ready with these, as I said, we'll sort them out. So hopefully that gives you some idea of how I'm sorting and categorizing things. You'll see that I've got the odd pots on the desk of little things that need to be consolidated with other similar items that I might have bagged elsewhere. Ideally, I would have containers to hand like this to put everything in, but space is at a premium, and you've got to do what you can. I did originally sort of have drawers here that I would drop things into, but these have now become storage for other used parts in particular, and you just have to, as I say, make do with what you can, which is why I keep the tubs here with various categories in there that have already been pre-sorted before I sort them down and get them listed. So it's Thursday afternoon. Let's take a look at what we've got going out today. Still waiting for one order to be paid, so that one's going to be tomorrow now, I think. But I need to get this lot packed and off to the post office. So we've got a Selena Kyle minifigure going out on eBay. We've got Bernie the cab driver from the Daily Bugle set. And we've got a Woody minifigure going out. Took an offer on that one for £7 or so. Got a nice order here for lots of quarter tiles and the likes, a few other bits and pieces, all in a myriad of colours, which is always nice to see those kind of things move when you've got high volumes of them. Then we've got some wheel hubs, tyres, etc. going out in that set. And then a few parts orders coming up there, and another one here, lots of dark tan and some of these bricks with the grills, etc. This one's an interesting one in lots of odd sizable sort of parts, minifig and related parts. We've got the arm there from one of the cave trolls, etc. And then we've got a minifig torso going out. This is a Forestman torso with a black collar and that's sold for £10. And I took a few pictures of that just to make sure that there's no issues with quality and things when that arrives. But that's it for today's orders. So we're going to get those packed up, get them off to the post office, and we'll see if we've got any time left to do any more adding of parts. I have added some things, done all of the studs, a few other little drawers have been emptied. Can't get into that one, but you know, been emptying out some of these drawers that I showed earlier that were kind of full. Sorted through those and have been adding them to the Brick Store file. So we'll see if we can continue to add to that, and then we'll get them uploaded to Bricklink. So we're getting to the end of the day on Thursday, and I'm thinking I'm just going to throw this file up to Bricklink that I've been working on. We've got about 1,800 items, 187 lots. Not an enormous value, about somewhere around £70 or so, but a number of things in here that hopefully will increase the lot count for the store. And to be honest, it's just a case of clearing you know, drawers that I've filled earlier, and just want to make some space on things that have you know, already been categorized and sorted out. So I am going to just select all of this, and I'm just going to throw it all straight up onto Bricklink. Not doing any of my good old upload log anymore, as you will have seen in previous videos. Got everything here ready to go. A lot of new lots to be made here. So let's get this thrown up, upload the file, send out any notifications, and then if I go here, you'll see how many notified lots there's going to be. There's going to be 84, so that means I've added 84 new lots effectively to my inventory. So that's good to see. And then if we go and just have a quick visit to the store, see where we are at the moment. Things are on a downwards spiral a little bit in terms of items. 680,000 items for 14,543 lots. So that's where we are at the moment, and we'll keep pressing on and keep uploading, and see what we can get to. I was just having an exchange on Facebook with someone who asked the question about completing your self-assessment as a Bricklink seller. And as I mentioned in here, I personally have an accountant that does that for me. You can quite easily do it yourself, but I've found personally that just having the accountant takes the stress off me. I don't need to worry about deadlines or anything like that. And in all honesty, in the number of years I've been doing this professionally, I've found that my accountant has saved me loads more money than the money I pay them each year to do the work for me. Now, I typically pay 20, I can't remember now, 20, around £20, £25 maybe a month, but they do both mine and my wife's for that. And it's worth noting that if you take that route, you will still have to provide your accountant with the data. So I do still need to complete a spreadsheet, and I mention in the discussion here, I do give them a link to a spreadsheet that I produced and I offer on my Ko-fi page. which is here. You can find a description for this in all of my videos. And it's an Excel sheet that gives a summary across the year, and then there's a tab for each of the months as well. So you get an idea of what it's about, and it just helps you capture all of your income and all of your expenses for all of the various platforms that you might sell on. And then I just send that spreadsheet off to my accountant at the end of the year, and they complete my tax return for me. So I just thought I'd mention that in case anyone out there is looking for a tool or a way to record that. So Friday's here. I'm actually Friday afternoon, because I had a bit of a lie-in this morning, if I'm honest, and didn't get to the post before 10. So I ended up doing things in a different order today, going to the gym before going to the post office, etc, etc. So we've had a few orders come in overnight, and maybe one or two through the day. We've got a couple of Minecraft figures going out on eBay, and we've got a Gru minifig also on eBay, as well as a mummy from Indiana Jones. Had another order, you might remember, I don't know if it was even only earlier in this week or whether it was last week. I had a buyer who wanted all of his parts bagging in as many different individual bags as possible, and he bought a lot of medium azure the first time round. He's done a similar thing again, so not sure what he's building. I'd be interested to know if you are watching the videos, but that's another nice order from them, which is really appreciated, and we'll be getting that out shortly. We've got an order here for a bunch of parts plus some minifig bits and pieces, a couple of dogs in there as well, and these are mostly Technic or Snot bricks. And then we've got a couple more parts orders going on here. Nothing too much to mention really, just general typical parts orders. And then another eBay order came in for a Marion Ravenwood from Indiana Jones. So I'm gonna get this lot packed up. Just been doing some more prep for something I've got going on, and I'll see what I can do about getting some stuff into the store once I've got this lot packed away. Quick update on Brickseller Hub. I'm not sure how much I've touched on this earlier in the week, so forgive me if some of this is repetitive. You may remember last week we had a really good week of sales, and that left us short on listings. This week we've had a few more listings added to the store in different countries, so you may or may not have seen them. We've got something in the US, which is a small number of used sets. In the UK, we've got a large store for sale, asking just over 22,000. There's a lot of organizers and things included in this one, I believe, and some unusual sort of storage methods where, you know, they've come up with unique storage solutions for the store. In terms of other listings, not great pictures on this one, and I have advised the seller, but they've got a between 150 170 kilos of used bulk, and they're open to offers, so there's no real price for this. You can send an offer and see if they accept. And then we've got another one come in. This one is in Canada, and another large-ish one. That's 10,000 Canadian dollars. Again, lots of storage and things in this particular store. So people are listing globally, one US, one Canada, a couple in the UK, and you know, hope to just keep encouraging people to list, and we'll hopefully grow the listings a bit more over time.